Hey, it's Allison with Nurturing Readers. Usborne Books and More has some great new releases in nonfiction. So let's start with the little ones. We've got Goodnight Owl, and this is a great new board book, but what I love about it is it has felt flaps. We don't have any books with felt flaps until this one. It also goes through numbers 1 through 5, and so I love that we can teach our kids about numbers at such a young age. All right, next we have How Big Is Our Baby? This is such a fun new book. It's a 9-month guide for soon-to-be siblings. I totally wish I had this one when I was pregnant with my son and I could read this to my daughter. This is a great gift if you know anyone who's pregnant. What I love is it goes through each month and the changes that are happening inside mom with the baby. So how big the baby is, what's developing, like their hearing or their fingers are starting to move. It's such a kid-friendly book, the information in here, and it's definitely needed for anyone where they're going to have the change of a new sibling. All right, we have lots of new feelings books. This is a new series that is for our youngest readers, board books that focus on a specific feeling word. So this one's Grumpy Tortoise, and then we have Cautious Chameleon. We have 2 others in this series. I love that there's the bright colors to engage the kids, but they're also learning that feelings vocabulary too. All right, you probably didn't know this, but my background is school social work, and so I've had a background in teaching kids all about feelings. So I love for our older kids, this is ages 3, when they start asking tons of questions. So this is a great series, not only the feelings book, but the whole series for our toddlers, like age 3, Lift the Flap. Flaps are great because they help kids retain information because they're interacting with it. This specific new book about feelings is great because it's going to address all the different feelings, and so they're learning that vocabulary, but then I love at the end, there's a whole page devoted to coping skills and dealing with your feelings, which is so important, not only for the kids, but for adults too. So it'll create great conversation, but it's such important, useful information that will be good to teach your kids at a young age. All right, here's another feelings book that is brand new, all about feelings. So much good information in here as well. But then there's another one in that same series called All About Families. I love that this one celebrates diversity, all the different types of families. It's also, so specifically it's going to talk about families with that have adoption or adopted kids, foster families. It's going to talk about how families change, and it's also going to talk about how families take care of each other. For example, some families, they read together and they teach each other how to read, and that's a way they take care of each other. Super sweet. I love this new one. It's going to spark great conversation all about what your kids are seeing in the world in regards to different families. All right, another one about diversity is Home Sweet Home. And so this one is great because it's going to talk all about different types of homes around the world and how there's different roofs, there's different ways families eat, like at a table versus sitting on the floor. There's different bathrooms in homes. There's different bedrooms in homes. I love all the information in here. You definitely need this for your curious readers. All right, next we have Lift the Flap Bugs and Butterflies. I love that this one talks all about bugs. With the warmer weather here, this is a great resource to have in your home. This page is all about how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. And then we've got bugs that live underground. And then I love this page as it gets dark. So the bugs that come out at night, like lightning bugs, my kids are fascinated with. Again, a flat book for some of our older readers. You definitely need this one if you have a bug fan in your home. Next we have the Usborne Book of the Moon. Did you know that it's the anniversary of Apollo 11, so the first landing on the moon? So this is why this book is coming out, which I think is great. If you have a space fan, they're going to love the information in here. I love that it is in bite-sized chunks. There's also a whole section about the space race and then the first landing on the moon. So I love that in here. Definitely check it out. All right, next we have Top Speed Cars. I love that this one is in a magazine style. We also have one all about motorcycles in this series. And I know there's so many car fans out there that are going to absolutely love the information in this book. You definitely need to check it out if you have a car fan. Next we have Real Life Mysteries. This is great because it talks about all these unsolved mysteries in the world and it presents all the evidence, and then your mystery fan gets to look at all the evidence and make conclusions themselves on whether they think it's true or not. So for example, they have a whole page on the Loch Ness Monster. I just love that. That your kids get to come to their own conclusions, and so definitely need this if you have a mystery fan out there. All right, last but not least, we have Managing Your Money. I love that we have a book all about money because it's such an important topic in our world today, and what better way, let's teach our kids about it at a young age. So this is perfect for ages 11 and up. I've read this book and there's so much information in here that's useful, and it's presented in a very kid-friendly way that they'll be able to understand, but everything from budgeting to earning money, shopping smart, and then I love that they have a whole section on giving. So definitely get this for your older readers.